डॉक्टर बाबा साहेब आंबेडकर ओपन यूनिवर्सिटी.
Welcome to Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Open University. I am Dr. Preeti Base. We are studying Block 1, Unit 3. It is all about the web server and its protocol. In the previous session, we had discussed about what is web server, what are its type, what is domain name server, what are the functions of the domain name server. We also have discussed about the different protocol, web protocol, that is HTTP protocol, right? The rest of protocol will be discussing in this lecture, right? Now, the next protocol, it is TCP/IP, Transmission Control and Internet Protocol. It is basically a group of protocol which is basically used to connect the various computer over the internet. And with this protocol, one can be communicate with each other. TCP/IP basically specifies the data transfer on the internet through the end-to-end communications. This TCP/IP protocol basically divides the data into the different packets, and this packet will be sent over the network. And if there is any failure encounter, right, so the TCP/IP protocol, it recovers automatically and it makes the system more reliable, right? So this is all about the TCP/IP protocol. Basically this contains two important components. The first one, that is the TCP, and the second component, it is the IP. What is the role of TCP? It converts the message into the packets, and this packet will be transmitted over the internet, and one by one all these packets are accessed through the internet, right, over the network, right, and finally they are reassembled at the recipient side, and the recipient will be able to read this packet. So TCP converts the packet converts the data into the different bunches of the packets, right? Not entire the message will be sent. On packet by packet, information will be sent over the internet. Next, what is the role of IP? The IP protocol, it finds a path. It finds a path to which this data will be sent to the receiver, right? Basically, there are so many routes are available, right? You can see the sender is sending the message to the recipient, right? So many routes are available. This protocol will select the best suitable route and transmit the packets over that path only, right? So in the first step, the TCP protocol breaks the data into the packet. These packets are traversed over the network, right, and it passes through the network, right. Packets travel from the router to router over the internet according to the IP protocol, right. So using the IP protocol, there is a IP table is there. There is a route have been specified between the sender and receiver, right, and it chooses the best route from this IP protocol from the route table. Now, and after that, at the end of delivery, This TCP protocol reassembles all this packet and finally it converts into the original message, right? After basically we are receiving the data in the form of packets. So what the TCP will do, it will reassemble all this packet according to its order, right? And finally the original message will be constructed and the recipient can be able to see that message. Now we'll see the what are the features of TCP/IP. TCP/IP is basically multi-vendor support. What is multi-vendor support? It supports hardware and software, right? The TCP/IP can supports any kind of hardware. It can work on any kind of hardware or it can work on any software vendor. Interoperability. The second feature is interoperability, means it can be able to work in heterogeneous network. Heterogeneous means there are many computers are connected over the internet. Some machines are working on Unix, some are working on Macintosh and some are working on Windows. Even though it can be able to work using TCP/IP protocol, right? So if the user who is using the Linux machine can download the file from the Windows machine, right, with the use of TCP/IP protocol, and this interoperability is supported by the TCP/IP. Then it also supports the logical addressing. Logical addressing means whenever the logical address, the MAC address is also called as a logical address. The logical address have been manufactured, it is burned onto the network card. This during the manufacture process, the MAC address is burned into the network card. The LAN delivers the data packet through the adapter's physical address, and the network adapter check that message and message is delivered to its own physical address, right? So this is the all about the logical addressing. Next one is the refutability. Refutability means a router can read the logical addresses information and send the packet to its receiver. The TCP/IP protocol is routable protocol. Due to this characteristic, data can move from one place to another place. Then name resolution. TCP/IP provides user-friendly names which are very easy to remember, right? We cannot remember each and every IP addresses. It also provides the user-friendly names. This can be easily understandable and we can remember it, right? So these are the features of the TCP/IP protocol. The next one protocol, that is a FTP, we called as a file transfer protocol. The file transfer protocol is basically used to transfer the file over the internet. There are two fundamental principles over here, or process over here, that is called as a downloading and uploading. What do you mean by downloading? Downloading means we are downloading, we are receiving the files from the file server. That is called as a downloading. And we are what do you mean by uploading? We are sending the file over the internet to the file server. It is called as a uploading, right? So you must have come across these terms while we are using the internet, right? So many websites. So if you want to download, you can download the file from the internet, right? Some PDF and video files and images also, right? But this is only possible with the use of FTP server, file FTP protocol, that is called a file transfer protocol. For transferring file, the files are stored at the file server only, right. Now, what are the features of the FTP? It provides the security which are hold that at the file server, right. It provides the security of the files, right. So, nobody outside or unauthenticated user can be able to download that file, only public file will be accessible to all. So, FTP provides the good security to the computer network, so that there are less chances of getting the data lost. FTP also provide the password protect for the storage location, right. So, the one of the most important feature of the FTP, that is the security. Then second feature is user access control. Due to security and privacy reason, the access to be limited to the very few number of people. Only specific people can be able to access that file, right. Such kind of policies can be provided by the FTP protocol, right. So, FTP provides the facility to allow the access to the file to the specific people only, right. So, these are the most important features of the FTP. The first one, that is security and the user access control. The next one protocol, that is called as a simple mail transfer protocol. We call it as a SMTP. This SMTP protocol is basically used to for sending and the receiving mail, right. Generally, we are using different mail services, Gmail, Outlook, Yahoo mail services. All this for accessing the mail for sending the mail, all these are working on SMTP protocol. In this figure, you can see the client is connected with the mail server. They can be able to access, client can be able to send the mail, can be able to receive the mail using the SMTP server, right. So, there are two clients, client 1 and client 2, okay. In between there is a mail server, right, and the mail server works on the SMTP protocol, right. So, basically the fundamental principle for sending and receiving mail is the SMTP protocol. Without SMTP protocol, we cannot be able to send or receive message, right. There are two stages of the communication between the sender and receive. The first one is the sending mail and the second one is the receiving mail. Sending mail means we can send the mails to the any user, right, by specifying the user email ID, right. So, we can access, we can send the mail using the SMTP protocol. Through SMTP protocol, the mail is sent in a series of request and receive between the client. Second one stage is receiving mail. The mail is checked by the user agent at the server side. If there is any information, that information will be sent to that user only, okay. So, in a body part, there is a mail structure. In the first text box, we have to specify the recipient address. In the second text box, we have to specify the CC, copy to that mail. In third, we have to specify, third text box, we have to specify the subject. What is the subject of the mail? What is the objective of the mail? And the main portion is the body of the mail, right? That is the content. Once the mail is sent, the mail will be delivered to the particular the recipient which has been mentioned over that, and the information which has been written in the body part will be sent to the user, okay. Now, there are also features of the SMTP. The first one feature that is called as a mail relaying. Due to mail relaying, the mail can be transferred from one server to another server, right. So, this is the one of the most important feature, right. Mail relaying, using this feature, mail is transferred from one server to the another server. Second one is the mail forwarding, right. So, SMTP provides the feature of forwarding the mails. We can forward the mails which has been already received from the different users, right. Okay. So, we can forward the mails. So, this is one of the features of SMTP. That the third one, that is tuning. Through the SMTP, the sender of mail and the receiver of the mail can change their rules. The sender can be a receiver and receiver can be also sender, right. So, as per the requirement, we can change the role of the sender and receiver. The next one, that is the Internet Message Access Protocol, IMAP. We abbreviate it as a IMAP, Internet Message Access Protocol. It works in the application layer. Basically, this IMAP is used to retrieve email messages, right. And for retrieving email messages from the mail server, it makes the TCP/IP connections, right. So, without this IMAP, we cannot receive the mail, right. It is used by the email client to retrieve the email messages. Okay. Now, there are some of the characteristics of IMAP. It supports online or offline modes of the operation, right. So, if mail client is offline, even though they will be able to access can be able to receive the mails, right. It also allows the multiple client to manage the same mailbox. One can manage the multiple accounts, right, on the client, right. Okay. We can maintain Yahoo Mail, we can also maintain the Gmail, we can also maintain the Outlook also, right. Each make their own changes to the mailbox that will show in other devices connected to the same mailbox. IMAP is basically faster. IMAP accounts can keep better track of read, unread and deleted messages, right. With the use of this protocol, we can be able to track the messages, right. What is the status, whether it has been read or unread or whether it is deleted or not. The most important implementation of IMAP supports the multiple login. Yes, it supports the multiple logins, right. So, simultaneously user can be able to access the mails from the if he has multiple accounts on different mail server, right. For example, Gmail, even though Gmail can be configured, he can also configure Yahoo Mail, he can also configure Rediff Mail or Hotmail. Multiple mails can be configured. It is the most prevalent and internet standard protocol for email retrieval, right. So, right now the all mail at present we have different multiple clients. It is supported by the IMAP, right. So, the virtually all model email client and server support the both, right. The next one, that is the POP3, Post Office Protocol. It provides the end user ability to fetch and receive the email. It is built into the most popular email products such as Eudora and Outlook Access. It is a standard protocol is built into the Netscape and Microsoft Internet Explorer browser. This protocol is inbuilt there in these two browsers. It is mainly designed to delete the mail on the server as soon as the user has downloaded. So, as soon as the user has downloaded the mail, one can delete the mail from that server using POP3 protocol. The some implementation of POP3 allows the user or administrator to specify the mail should be saved for period of time. One can save the mails, right, over the server for some specific period of time, right. So, it is primarily protocol behind the email communication, right. So, POP3 is most important protocol. Basically, it is used to retrieve the mails from the on the mail client. Now, the next one, that is what is mail client? Mail client is basically we can say that email reader, right, or a mail user agent is a computer program used to access or manage the user email, right. So, this is the whole characteristic of the mail client, right. It is one kind of program basically used to manage the user's email, right. One of the example of the mail client, that is the Mozilla Thunderbird and the IBM Lotus Notes are the most popular example of the email client. Mail client can be also used to configure the multiple email addresses from the different mail service provided. As I told you that we can configure multiple mail accounts, right, from the multiple email service providers. Now, let us look at the what is news group. News group is basically a discussion group over the internet. Some kind of groups are there over the internet, right, on topic base, on community base, right, discussion group are there, and they used to post or they can share the information, they can post the information over the internet using the news group. This news group is a part of Usenet. It was been introduced in 1979, right. So, it is one kind of discussion group in which one can share their ideas, one can specify, can ask the questions. We can organize news group into different categories and subcategories. It is similar to the blogs, but we usually has more questions and answer, right. We can send multiple questions, so many questions, right. While in case of blog, we can have some specific limits to mention the questions, right. For configuring the news group, network news transfer protocol has been used to read and the post messages. News server provide the infrastructure that makes the news group work. One kind of infrastructures should be provided, right. Okay, and on this infrastructure, the news group can work. Each news server has specific software that maintains the files for each and every news group serviced by the server, right. So, community based news group is there, right, and accordingly the one can post the query, one can post the questions, right, and share the ideas over the this news group, and there is a maintenance of the different files by the different community, right, by this news server. So, in order to read the news, there is a news reader is there. Using the news reader, we can view and the the messages, and we can post the messages, right? Some news group is moderated by designated person, right? Some authorized person has been appointed to operate this news group, right? And his role is to decide which kind of news to be posted in this news group, right? Again, he can also remove the older news which has been posted in the news group. In some cases, the news group are immoderated. Nobody moderate that news group, right? It is called as a public news group. So today we have completed unit 3 of block 1, web server and its protocol. Thank you very much.